Welcome TechBrothersIT. In this video, we are going to learn how to read data from Dedicated SQL Pool table and create a CSV file in ADLS Gen2 Storage by using Azure Synapse. So here it is. You can go to Data tab and then go to the SQL databases and then refresh here, and then you're gonna see the serverless SQL pool and dedicated SQL pool. This is my dedicated SQL pool DB, and you can see the tables here, and I have one of the table called the customer heap. I can actually create a CSV from any of these tables, but let's take a look on the very first table. And this table has a few columns such as customer ID, first name, last name. And now we are all good. Our requirement is to read this data from this dedicated SQL pool data table and then create CSV in different blob storage. So if you go to my Synapse and go to linked here, if in the linked you are gonna see these ADLS Gen2 that is connected to this workspace at time of creation. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to create the CSV in totally different storage account. So this storage account, it is ADLS Gen2 to Tech Brothers storage account, and this has a container, and it's called test container, and then it has input directory, and I would like to create the file here for the customer heap table. So every time that runs, maybe we want to run it once in a day, and then just load the file here, and that file will be used probably for some other processes. Maybe we give to customers and they take that file and load into the AWS or GCP, some databases. Now what we are going to do here, first of all, we will be going to the integration here, and then we'll go to the plus sign here to create our pipeline. Let's create the pipeline here, and what I need a copy activity. So I'm also going to search for a copy activity, copy data activity right there. So that's good. We are going to minimize this part, and now I need the source. So I'm going to go to the source here, and then I'm going to go ahead and create new data set, and then I will be choosing a dedicated SQL pool. Once I select that, hit continue, and then we will be given a name. You can name whatever you want. Maybe I will give name DS then I will say customer heap. Okay, that's my table, and our data set with the same name already exists. Okay, so let's call it one. Okay, now with the SQL pool, we select our dedicated SQL pool, and then it is showing us all the tables. So I'm going to select the customer heap, and then we'll leave this import schema from connection or store. That's good, and hit OK. Now this data set is created, and we can preview the data if we want right there. So we can click on preview data, and we can see that we have almost 6 records here, and with the first name and last name. Now there are more things you can do. You can not select the table. You can give a query here, and let's say if I just want to paste this query here, I could have done that too. So in case you want to use a store procedure, you have all those options like execute a store procedure and everything right here. So in this case, let's say I want to have only top 3 records, then that's possible. So we will say preview data. Now you should be getting only 3 records. So you see that. So you can write a query here, or use the table, or use a store procedure. I don't have a store procedure here. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this query this time. You have seen the table is just selecting the table. Now let's go to sync here, and now what we are going to do, we are going to create the sync data set. So that is the pointer to our file in the ADLS Gen2. So here is my ADLS Gen2, and then when I hit continue, I will be like, okay, what type of file I want to create. I'm going to go with the CSV file. I can create different files such as Avro, Iceberg, JSON, ORC, Parquet, and binary. So but I'm going with the CSV. Here it is asking me the name of that, so I'm going to call it customer heap CSV. Okay, and now it is asking me linked service. So linked service is the link or connection to your storage. So if you go right here, I have few of the linked service created, but I'm going to create a new one because this is a new storage. I'm not using it already. So I'm going to call this one, let's call this ls ADLS to Gen2 Tech Brothers. Okay, So that's our link service it will be creating, and in the link service, okay, what authentication we'll be using? We'll be using system assigned managed identity, and then I'm selecting my subscription, and then I'm selecting my storage account, and then I'm gonna go ahead and test the connection to my storage account. I got this error here because I don't have the permission. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and provide the permission. So I'm going to go to the portal.azure.com, and here I'm going to this storage account, and then I will be going to the access control. Once I'm there, I'm going to go add role assignment, and in the role assignment, I'm going to look for blob data, and I'm going to give this storage blob data contributor role, and then hit next, and then here I will be selecting manage identity, and then select again, and here this is my subscription, and this is I want to give to the Synapse workspace, and I will select this Synapse workspace here, and then select, and then review and assign. So what I'm doing here, I'm giving permission to my workspace to read or write the data to this storage. If I go to role assignments here, I will be able to see that right here. It's called managed identity, and then a storage blob storage container, and this source I have given permission. Now let's go back and test our connection again. It is still failing. Sometime give it a couple of minutes and it will be fine. Okay, so test is successful now, and we can create our linked service and also the data set. So this is the name of the data set. This is our linked service that we created to the ADLS Gen2, and now it is asking us more information. Hey, where the file is gonna be? I'm gonna browse to it, test connect container, and then I will be like input directory, and then I'm gonna go and provide the table name. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to say test or let's say customer heap, okay, .csv. Now this is the file it will be creating, and now it is an import schema. As of now I don't have this file, so I'm gonna hit none, and then I'm going to, I can hit OK here, and then once I have this data set created, I'm gonna open this again, and then what we'll be doing, we will be checking the schema, and then we can, one second, let me see, go back here and go to mapping actually, and go to mapping here, and it says import schemas. So once I'm going to import schema, it's going to read a schema from my table, and then it's going to show me, hey, this is the schema will be also in the destination. You want to change it? Yeah, let me change this a few things. I will say ID here instead of the customer ID. I want to call this F name in the file instead of first name, and then I would like to call this L name in the file name, in the file instead of file last name in the table. So I made those changes, and now I'm all good here. I can come right here, and now my pipeline is ready. I can rename this pipeline. If I go right here, this is a kind of pipeline one is not a great name, so I'm going to say PL dedicated. Okay, so now our pipeline is ready. We can publish these settings, so they will save into this pipeline. But let's, before even we publish, let's debug. Once we debug, what it's going to do, it's going to read the data from our dedicated SQL pool, and then write the data to the this ADLS container. So right there is a container, there is a container input directory, and then we are expecting a table here. So right now it's in queue, and now it's finally successful. We can take a look right here on these glasses icon, and it tells me to add 3 records, because remember that we have a select top 3 in the query, and it has written to the file. It took almost 15 seconds, and now that's good. Let's go back here, refresh this pod, and we have a customer heap table here. Now if I click right there, and then I want to say like, hey, I want to edit and take a look on, so you see that we have ID, L, first name, L name, and depending upon the mapping we have provided, or the name of the column we have provided. We have only 3 records, and we can see that all the string columns we have double quotes around it. So that's how you will be creating your CSV file or other files from dedicated SQL pool table to the blobs, to the ADLS2 or even blob storage or any other place. Maybe even you want to load to the SQL table. That's also doable. I'm talking about Azure SQL DB. So now you can publish these changes, and it's going to publish all of those changes and see like data sets and pipeline and everything. Now one more thing, if you want to schedule this, you can go ahead and add a trigger here and then say edit, and then go to the new, and then you will select a trigger. You can schedule depending upon that, or you can use tumbling window storage event, like if, but in this case there isn't really storage we are worried about. But let's say if you want to check if somebody have put a file in some container, at that time you want to trigger the pipeline, that's possible. So you will select the subscription, you will select the storage and then container. Once the file is placed there with some specific name, you can always take a look, and then it will trigger this pipeline for you. So let's cancel this out. We are not actually looking for this trigger for the storage event. We are looking for schedule. So you can go ahead and schedule for every 15 minutes, or you can change to the hours, days, or weeks, whatever you want. You can specify the end date. So you have start date, end date, and you have a time for starting. And that's how you will create your trigger. And once the trigger is created, it will run on schedule as per your time defined. So I thank you very much for watching this video. I have one thing I want to give you guys. If you want to learn more about triggers and about data factory pipelines and all that, or Synapse pipelines, you can go to my channel called TechBrothersIT. And here, if you go to the Tech Brothers, this channel has pretty much all the videos on many different topics. So one of them is Azure Data Factory. I have almost 200 videos here, and you can watch pretty much all of them. And that's gonna give you all the details of creating different pipelines, reading different files, multiple CSVs, how to write the data to the different sources or read sources from Amazon S3. It has everything most of the time that normally developer or a person will use at his work. So also you can go to TechBrothersIT.com and then go to the Azure Data Factory pipelines here, tutorial here, and then I have managed all those videos putting in different chapters. You can take a look from there as well. So this will be very helpful, because there could be a lot of things we can do in the Synapse pipelines, and that's not suitable to create the 200 videos here to show you all different scenarios, because those videos are already created. So I thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe my channel, and I will see you guys next video.